Hello everyone, welcome to another Versus video. I am B to the B to the D, and I'm here with...
The D to the M to the C, David and McDarby. And my first time, I'm excited.
Yeah, I am excited as well.
To beat you.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Well, let's low roll, shall we?
Low roll,
yeah.
Wow. Man, you just activated my trap.
I like to get low.
To the
6.
window.
To the lower than 6.
It is also 6. All right, let's re-roll. I see how it is.
I mean, I know what game I'm playing.
One time in my life, let me be the nut low.
11. Well then, let's roll one die.
Roll the second die. All right.
All right. I will be on the play.
All right.
Yep.
Lucky.
Let's see how we do. Yeah, I can keep this hand. I've got dudes and spells and lands to cast them with.
I too have dudes, spells, and lands. I will also keep this hand.
Do you have the proper permit?
Ooh. I am going to lead off with my boy, Arbor Elf.
Your boy. Let's just kill that guy. I need to slow you down. Slow your roll.
Not what I wanted you to do. So we have like a couple of options here now, and I think the play we want to make is this right here, because then next turn we can like do both of these or something. So we're gonna mulch it up, and
that's not terrible.
Not the worst. We get a Temple Garden out of the mix, a couple Unburialites, my boy Thrag. So you go.
Let's see. All right, we will cast this Minotaur as the deck's name and pass the turn.
Really happy that was not a Geist of Saint Traft.
I would much rather that have been a Geist.
Pretty sure we would have just gotten ranched, as they say. So we're going to lead off with Mulch here. Maybe we'll hit like an untapped green source to cast this and not have to take 2 damage off of that. So, and we didn't. We did not. But we did get a couple more sweet things in the graveyard for Unburialites. Actually, we did. Sorry, I guess Basic Forest does count. And yeah, we will actually use that forest to cast our Avacyn Pilgrim. And your turn.
All right. So he's got down the line, he has a Temple Garden, so killing that Pilgrim does not keep him off white. Keeps him off 2 damage. So we have 2 choices. We can either do this and kill his Pilgrim, or we can just play this to apply some pressure. Regardless, he's more than likely not going to block, but if he does, it doesn't matter our decision either way. Because this can also, down the line, I could use this. Honestly, I think I just want to get some pressure in and bring the beats down. His Angel Serenity could also come down too, so we're actually at a pretty decent decision in the long run. Let's go ahead.
I'm just going to say, thankfully, based on the way he's talking, I'm pretty sure he's like not taking us to Rally Town this turn. So.
There is no Rawl happening. I'll attack for 3.
I'll go to 17.
All right, so... well, this is going to happen regardless. 18.
18.
Yeah. See, I could normally save this and use this again, but right now there's nothing to do that for. This can blink this, but that doesn't seem too good for me. It looks rough. Well, we have to devise a plan, and our plan here is to kill him with this multiple times in theory. So I think I'm going to use this now and wait. Perhaps I can hit the Unsummon and buy it back for a couple turns. So I'm going to pass the turn.
All right, so him passing the turn here means...
With 4 mana, and one of them is white.
Yeah, probably Restoration Angel in our future here. So with Restoration Angel looming, I don't want to Unburialize my Angel Serenity because I can't get rid of his Reckoner. He's just going to save it with a Resto. And I'm left with just like an Angel in play, which is good, but like it's not game ending with like against the likes of like Thundermaw Hellkites and stuff. So so instead I have to think about like what I actually do want to do, and my options there are like Thragtusk out of my graveyard, or like any of these cards in my hand. And I think if we're going to go for Thragtusk, we might as well just play the one that we have. And I actually think that is like the line of play we want to take here. So I'm going to cast Thragtusk, go to 22.
Yep.
and it is your turn after that.
Well, I'll play my creature to attack.
Alright.
Blink my Minotaur for value.
Just to block that attacking.
Yeah, now he has an Angel Serenity in his graveyard, but I'm not going to be getting anywhere without this. Or I could save this for his Angel that he's probably going to have to cast. So if I cast this in attack, I can't attack with the Reckoner because I'll block and it'll die. So this is actually only getting 2 more damage in than I would normally get. So I'm just going to attack with my 2 creatures.
Alright, so we have the option to block his Reckoner here, or just take 6. And because we have like all these Unburial Rights, and I think we want to actually block here, which is going to force him to use a mana to first strike it. We still get a beast out of it, and we prevent ourselves from taking damage. Like our goal here is to just kind of like progress the board into a more and more positive state, and one of the ways to do that is just to keep flooding with like tusks and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and actually block.
We'll give it first strike.
All right. So we lose our dude. We get a beast.
I can choose to not give it first strike and deal him 5, but this just keeps my guy alive and makes him forced to use that Angel Serenity earlier than maybe he would have liked. Now I have the option of doing this on his turn. I think I like to keep that option open, as I'm not trying to race him. He's not trying to kill me fast. He just wants to outvalue me with his cards, and I need to apply pressure. That's what this deck does. So I'm going to take 2.
All right. So you're at 16.
Yep. And I pass my turn.
Okay. Right. That was a good draw. We were able to hit a black source. Now we're not like choked on mana. We can cast our spells. So the first thing we're going to do here is attack with this beast. If he has another Restoration Angel, he can get value by killing our beast here, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
so.
I can kill the beast right now with this, but I'm not really in that position currently. He has so much action coming down, I've got to go the dome route and just try to race him there. Thragtusk makes that plan a little rough, but I think I'll use my life tool as a resource and take 3, going to 13.
Okay. And the reason I'm willing to attack this beast into a Restoration Angel is if he does flash one in and block with it, he has like 3 perfect targets for our Angel Serenity in our graveyard. So we could just flash it back post combat, or flash back our Unburial Rights post combat, and just like wrath his board. So instead, I am going to go ahead and flash back Unburial Rights on Thragtusk.
Okay. The burning to the dome part.
Go to 27. Or sorry, I went to 19 last turn. I should be at 24. Math is hard, so. Is that correct? Did I miss something?
I hit for 3, you gained 5, went to 22, and then you went to 19, you said?
Yeah, from Restoration Angel last turn.
Right.
I think we might have missed
Okay.
that. So, the reason I'm not Unburial Rightsing my Angel Serenity here is because I want to save it for Thundermaw Hellkite. Like, we're even or I'm ahead right now, and I don't need to waste that resource. So, your turn.
All right, I need to do something with my mana. My outs now are to draw cards to use my mana with. His board presence is far too strong. So I'm going to play a Snapcaster Mage.
Right.
And then, now I have a choice here. I can spear him, the Beast, or the Thragtusk. Spearing the Thragtusk actually doesn't change his graveyard because he already has one in there, so that's kind of mute. But he still keeps he only goes down by 2 power. This goes down by 3 power, but I've already taken the 3, so I think I'm just going to kill the Thragtusk.
All right, so I got another beast out of the...
Yeah.
And,
All right.
Yep.
So we'll see what we draw here. All right. Ooh. We can cast this now or do this and save 2 life. Next turn, like, nothing's going to change my decision whether I should cast this or not this turn. I just need him to use that Angel Serenity and then get something that can kill him, I think. So, well, or I can take 2 more. If I draw Geist of Saint Traft, I'm more than likely going to play that and try to ride that to victory. I can also just hit untapped land. So I think I am going to Thoughtscour myself first.
Okay.
Hit Thoughtscour land. All right. Well, I guess our decision is made for us. So I'm going to take 2.
Go to
11, which is getting in the danger zone. And then cast Thundermaw Hellkite.
Sure.
So he can block one creature, this one, but he'll still take 3, or he can chump this, or block this, I lose this, I have 3 creatures from the Angel. He would take 8, or take 11, go to 10, and...
I'm actually at 24.
24.
Right now. Yeah.
Okay. Our options are a little rough. But, let's see, I have this coming down. I'm attacking with these 2 for sure. I can leave this one back and trade with the Beast. Trade with both Beasts, actually. But he's just going to Angel Serenity these 3 creatures, so I can't leave this back. So this has to go as well. Now my question is if he's going to chump with that. He's going to take the same amount of damage no matter, so he's not going to block with it. So that leaves him open to block this, so I'm not going to attack with this.
Okay. So we have the option here to block with our Beast or not. And he's tapped out. He's already played everything he's going to play this turn. We have this Grizzly Salvage. There's no reason to not cast it now and just...
Get more info.
Yeah, get more information. So, all right. That is the information that we get. 5, 6, 7. We're going to take Restoration Angel here. We don't have any issues with lands, and taking the Resto makes, like, you know, another Unburial Rites on a Tusk much better or something. All right. Attacking us for 6. You have 1 card in your hand?
I have 1 card, and I have to be the aggressor here. That's the only way I will ever have a chance of winning. That's why I'm allowed tools getting a little low.
So we're not racing him. Like, we have inevitability here, not him.
Yeah.
So I'm inclined to block here. Basically makes our Angel of Serenity that we're going to play next turn just a little bit better. And I think that's what we want to do. So I am going to block your Boros Reckoner with the Beast.
Okay, so I can either kill his Beast or shoot him for 3. He's taking 8, currently going to go to 16. So 13 doesn't change the math, and I will be racing him with this. So I am going to damage resolves and then redirect to the Beast.
Sure.
Okay. So perhaps I should attack.
So I take 8, so I go at 16?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and I'm done. I think I know what might be happening.
All right, draw. Yep, we are going to... I didn't really want to give him the information of that we have another Unburial Rites, but since the following turn we're going to have access to 8 mana, we might want to just flash 2 back. I'm gonna hard cast the 1 from my hand now, and I'm gonna get Angel Serenity.
Arbor Elf?
And I'm going to not... I'm not taking your Snapcaster.
Okay.
I am just going to take... I'm going to put, I think, one of these...
1 Thraggle Rock?
Yeah, I'm going to put one of these Thragtusk underneath as well. And play a Temple Garden, and it is your turn.
All right, here we go. All right, that is an interesting draw. So I have 2 decisions now, or 1 decision, which card to cast. So this puts him to 11. This gets 5 in now. This will always get in 5, at least while if I'm attacking. This will only get in 4 starting next turn. So I think I'm just going to cast this card now and get in the damage. Thundermaw, okay.
Sure.
Tap your guy.
Sure.
Attack with both of my creatures.
Yep, so we can trade our his Snapcaster Mage with our Avacyn's Pilgrim, but Avacyn's Pilgrim is going to be like the 8th mana source we need to use Unburial Rites. We can use both Unburial Rites. So I'm not going to... I don't want to trade here. I'm just going to take 7 damage.
Yep.
I go to 9.
Your go.
All right.
This is a rough turn for me, I think. Sometimes your opponent just mulches into double Unburial Rites and Angels and Thragtusk. That's going to happen. That's the power of that deck.
Sometimes you have it. All right, so we'll play this Isolated Chapel. Now I'm willing to attack here because...
I am at 6.
because we're going to be Unburial Rites-ing a Thragtusk and gaining some life. I'm not as worried about losing to getting raced. So, Unburial Rites Tusk, I go up to 14. And now we have the decision of playing this now or saving it. And the advantage of playing it now is we play around like Searing Spear. However, I actually am not sure that I actually care about that at all, and I think I'd rather save this for later so that Thundermaw, like, if he has like another Thundermaw, we still can actually block, and we're not just like dead to like Thundermaw plus some other card or whatever. So I'll say go.
I'm not exactly sure what all we can draw. That was more than likely not it. So we're at 6. He's at 14. I think if we attack with this, can we survive? Jump with that. Now he has a Restoration Angel. We still remember from before. So he has one. So if we attack with this, he can block. If he doesn't block, he'll have 5/8 power that we actually can't block. We can chump the Thractos with this, and then die to the angel and the duo angels. So we actually cannot attack with anything. And I guess I'll play Geist.
Okay.
And I do technically can go. We'll keep this. So.
All right, I'll try to rest a Tusk.
Yeah, and Yep.
All right, so
we're pretty dead.
Go to 19, get a Beast.
What were you on turn 3, mister?
You trying to say the late game Geist of St. Traps?
Turn 7 Geist? Is that not?
All right, so we drew this card that's really good here. We're going to cast Fiend Hunter, and we're going to target his Thundermaw Hellkite, and with the trigger on the stack, I'm going to Restoration Angel.
Completely exile, so I'm dead to his flyers.
Yeah, so that, permanently exiles a Thundermaw, and...
Exiled forever.
Get out of here. Like, you can't even draw him next game. He's gone.
Like, he's gone forever. He's gone to any future match. Do I have anything over there? No, I took it all.
Yep.
All right, well.
That was game 1, where we had, like, double mulch, and they were just pretty much perfect.
They were very good mulches. Oh. Did you get that from Lowe's?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Right. Lowe's knows.
All right, we are back for game 2.
See if I can do any better.
Yep. To choose to be on the play again.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the play.
Sweet.
I can cast 1 card in my hand. It's a good card on turn 3. If I didn't have this card, I can't cast any other card, but I think with 3 lands and 4 spells, I'm going to keep this hand.
I can't cast any of the cards in my hand unless I draw a bunch of lands, so I'm going to mulligan.
I need this source here, but hopefully I'll draw it within 4 turns. I actually don't need these cards until turn 4 anyway, so that gives me 3 draw steps to get there.
One thing about Junk Reanimator is you like have to mulligan a lot of hands because you get a lot of hands that are like
all top end and no low end.
Yeah, or all low end and nothing else or whatever, or like you don't have a Grizzly or mulch.
Yeah, if you have Mana Dorks and mulches and Grizzlies, you're fine.
But like it doesn't actually matter because the deck is just so powerful.
Yeah. You just want to, you can recover from mulligan a lot. The old Squadron Hog dilemma.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fills you back up. You're good. Let's cut this here thing. Keep.
No.
He must have drawn a Forest.
Probably not.
The sweetest card in his deck.
5, 6. Yes, we will definitely keep this hand. This is a good one.
Sacred Foundry, go.
Temple Garden, go.
Yeah, no Mana Dork is good for us. And of course we draw exactly what we want. So we can use this to cycle, which isn't the worst thing in the world to do right now, as we have not a lot of else. And this, it doesn't actually do anything with this because he's not going to be blocking with this. So I think I'm just going to play this and go. This can draw me into a Geist, which is better than this card on turn 3, or just give me 1 card deeper.
So we're gonna lead with this. I always prefer to play this first over this, generally speaking, because it just gives us like more information about what we want to take with this card. Whereas with this card, we just get what we get. We don't get any choice.
Mulch
about
it up.
It. So
going to Lowe's. Actually, go to Home Depot this time.
Yeah. I mean, Lowe's kind of has a stronghold on the mulch market. So, all right. So that was a decent mulch.
Decent. It wasn't as good as the last time.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But it's still fine.
Yeah. So we get an Overgrown Tomb out of it, which is good. And we're gonna say go.
And I'm gonna give my creatures. draw a card.
All right.
So let's do that. Again, we did not draw the infamous Geist with the Moist, so we will cast the Minotaur.
Sweet. All right. I'm much happier to see Boros Reckoner than Geist there.
Oh, I know he is.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do this turn is just cast Grizzly Salvage, and see what we get out of it. The reason to main phase it here is like, if we hit like a mana dork, we can play it, but we didn't. So
he has the rights, but no creatures, which is good for us. I mean, not bad, but it's not the foreboding Death Star looming over us, over poor Alderaan.
I guess we take the Isolated Chapel here. So we'll take the Chapel. We're going to play an Overgrown Tomb, and it's your turn.
All right, so far so good. He doesn't have any crazy shenanigans happening. All right, not a lot of decision right now. Attack for 3.
17.
Okay, so now I do have 2 decisions. I can play this guy or play this guy. I like this guy a lot more than this guy just because he's Izzet, but he doesn't actually do a whole lot. If I want to play him now, I can play to the ultimate, which sounds sweet because I have defense going. It's hard for this deck to interact with Planeswalkers, or I can just keep applying pressure. I do have good ways to force through my pressure. So I got to think. Untapping a land doesn't do much. It lets me keep this open, but that's probably not going to do anything on his turn 4. Well, this is playtesting, so we're going to play with the new card and cast Ralzeric.
Okay.
I guess I will take him up. I will tap Ralzeric and untap a Glacial Fortress to keep open unsummoned.
Awesome.
Here we go.
And he is at 5 now, right?
5, yeah.
Draw. Okay. Could have been better, but so be it. I was really hoping he was just going to, like, maybe play a second Boros Reckoner or something, so we could get a maximum value to sever the bloodline.
Yeah,
but,
so I have an option here. I can use this now, or use it later on. His deck, the one card this card is good against is Angel Serenity. Bouncing the Reckoner now doesn't change my next turn. I can't play both. And I think I want to be on the Protect Ralzeric plan. If I'm on that plan, Angel Serenity doesn't do anything, and this does kill Angel Serenity. I don't get my guy back that he kills, but he doesn't get his guys back. So, I can also, Snapcaster also makes this a live draw, so I am going to save my Boros Reckoner.
Okay. Saved. You're good.
Real Izzet may just tap the Ralzeric. Actually, I can cast both next turn because I am an idiot and can't understand how my Planeswalkers work. So I'll play this, add a blue.
Sure.
Or add a white. Let's add a white, shall we?
Okay.
Let's add a white or red. Tap Ralzeric, untap this. Cast a Reckoner.
Sure.
I can cast my other one. He doesn't have 7 mana, and I just want to get the pressure going. So yeah, I will cast the other one too.
Deal. Draw. Okay.
It might seem weird that he has a 7 in the graveyard, but it's going to be 3 turns more than likely until he can cast it. And hopefully by then, I'll be walking through time.
Hopefully not. So, yeah, our plan here is we just have to play something.
Fraggle Rock, is it?
And I think this is the best option that we have, because if he does Ultimate Ral, we need to be at a life total where we don't just straight die, unless he takes like 5 turns or something. And this also, if he has like Searing Spear or like a Pillar, we still have something in play. So I'm going to play Thragtusk, go to 22. And your turn.
All right. So tap our Planeswalker. Often said phrase. So he can cast Angel Serenity next turn. He can... Either I can attack some or keep them back and protect Raw. I think I want to get this out here regardless, no matter what he does. Angel can't be cast next turn. It can if he goes Mole triggers a salvage into pitching Angel or land. So there's that to look out for. I can untap a land and cast both of these, but this card doesn't actually do a whole lot. Alternately, I can Lightning Bolt a Thragtusk, but we're not on that plan. We're on the old plan. So Add a red, untap the Clifftop and tap Thragtusk.
Okay.
So I have a red floating.
Thundermaw.
Cast Thundermaw.
Sure.
So, I think the play is to... He has Fiend Hunter, which can get 1. And if I attack with both Fiend Hunters, I just lose Raw and all help goes out the window. So and if I don't attack with any, the only thing that gets all 3 is Angel Serenity. So I can just play around that by just attacking with Thundermaw, leaving 2 back to play around Fiend Hunter, and that's about it. So I'll attack for 5.
All right, so I got a 17.
Mm-hmm. So I can play this untapped and keep this up, but that doesn't do a whole lot, besides leaving open both Boris Reckoner abilities. He has no haste creature, so that doesn't really matter. And I can't imagine me ever casting this burn spell, whatever it may be, on his turn. So I'm going to play this tapped and pass.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we get. Draw. All right. I have never wanted a mulch to hit harder than
the mulch right now?
The mulch
where
I'm
are you
about
going
to
to go?
cast.
What store are you going to go to?
All right. I think I'm going to go to Value Town.
Value Town? Don't go there.
Value Town.
Don't go there.
See what Value Town has for us. Sin Collector, Woodland
Angel.
Cemetery,
No
Sun
Angel.
Grove. Oh, no.
All right.
No Angel. That's
I'm okay with this.
very unfortunate. Yeah, that's not what we want to see. Not even an Angel of the Restoration variety. Well, the only thing we can really do is unbury rights. Let's see. I think we actually... Yeah, I don't think Sin Collector's that good here. So I think actually what we do is we attack Ralzeric with
Alright.
Thragtusk.
There's no reason to double block, really. I'll just go to single block.
Okay.
And then before damage,
First strike?
give him first
Sure.
strike, yeah.
The reason to do that is so that we have
Burial rights.
something good to unbury rights.
I have to block.
Yeah, so that we hopefully don't die to however many extra turns he's going to
All
take.
right, you're at 22.
I'm at 22, and go.
I think this is the most exciting turn I've had playing Magic the Gathering in a quite while.
What are you going to do when you lose all 5
That's not going to
coins?
happen.
All right, okay.
Okay, so I have 2 options with my Planeswalker. I can do a lame thing or do an awesome thing.
Lame. I vote lame.
I'm going to vote awesome
All right.
and see if his brainstorms do indeed bring thunder and lightning. All right, so see how many times we get heads.
All right.
You can't call it. I'm just going to get a coin with 2 heads.
Okay.
All right, so let's see what we get. Time number 1, heads.
Okay. Hold on.
You want to check it out?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to perform.
I flip the coins.
Oh, okay, all right.
I am the Planeswalker.
Oh, okay.
All right, but it is tails and heads. Time number 2, tails.
All right.
We've got a time warp so far. Not bad, not bad. Time number 3.
Tails. All right. Before you flip a coin,
Yes.
what is Sonic's sidekick?
I believe it's Miles, Tails, Prowler.
All right. There we go.
right.
Let's flip it off.
Let's see.
Yes, it is Tails. Yes, it is. All right.
Well,
We're still in it. We're still in it to win it.
you do know it is always darkest before the dawn, and with the final brainstorm, I will get a time stretch.
All right. All right. He gets 2 extra turns.
2 turns floating, so I can kill things. Now I can do this when I attack, or I can just straight out kill the Thragtusk and let me push through damage. This is going to do 3 damage in 3 chunks of 3, and this is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think he might just be dead. I'm going to turn and therefore burn the Thragtusk.
All right. Turned and burned.
Attack with my 3 creatures.
Yeah. I think we're just dead.
2
Yeah.
turns floating, mind you.
Yeah.
Mind you.
We're dead.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna take some turns.
Okay.
Okay.
Take some turns.
You're not gonna deprive me of my turn taking. I have a land. I'm gonna attack you.
I'll take it.
1 turn floating.
Yeah.
In my turn, and then just draw lands and.
Okay.
All right.
I'm dead. All right. So that was game 2.
We've witnessed the power of the Zarek.
Yeah.
That was all good.
I thought that was not very good.
Not very good.
Not very
Well,
good,
we
no.
have gone 1-1, so it's time to bust out the old sideboards.
Yep. Ye old sideboard. See what cards may make a resurgence as we move to Game 3. All right, so we are back with sideboarding. I'm definitely employing a plan that I have never used before against blue-white-red, because most of the blue-white-red lists are like the Sphinx's Revelation kind of decks, and like a card like Sever the Bloodline I would never want against them, and like I would be all in on sliming them to keep them off of Revelation and the like, but this is definitely like a completely different matchup. So I'm not 100% on whether this is right or not, but definitely going to try it out, see how it goes, and maybe make some corrections as we go along. But basically, I'm going to be bringing in these 8 cards. Voice of Resurgence like shuts off a lot of the instant speed stuff, like Snapcaster plus Searing Spear on our end step. Certainly a lot less good with a voice in play. It also like trades with the Geist of St. Traft, and it's just like an early threat that he has to respect. Obzad's just super good against this deck. They don't really have a lot of removal for it. And yeah, it just kills them very fast. Sin Collector, good at like stripping spells that are problematic. Also trades with Geist of St. Traft, which is pretty important. And then I'm actually bringing in a Sever the Bloodline, which normally I don't want this card, but Thundermaw and Boros Reckoner can be problems. And I want to just make sure that I have an answer to both of those cards. As for what I'm taking out, I'm actually cutting my slimes instead of bringing them in, because slime is good when you're basically the one who's like applying pressure in the matchup. If you're the one who's behind in the matchup, it's just far less good. And since like he might have like a turn 3 Geist, we actually could find ourselves behind a lot of times. And I want like a more resilient threat than slime, so I want Tusk instead. I'm cutting all of my Angel Serenities. As weird as that may seem, since it's actually good against like Reckoner and Thundermaw Hellkite, but well, it's sometimes good against Thundermaw Hellkite, but the reason I want to cut it is because blue-white-red generally sides in like a bunch of clone effects, and especially against a deck like as aggressive as his, I can't afford to have an Angel ever get cloned, or I'm probably going to die within 1 or 2 turns and not have a chance to catch up. So I just don't want like that liability. And Fiend Hunter likewise, like I don't want the liability of having him being able to clone it, and at the same time, it's just not that good. He has a lot of ways to kill it. And you know, it's just not super effective against him. So that's what I'm cutting. There are some cards that normally would come in these matchups that I'm not bringing in. I'm not bringing in Deathrite Shaman. As good as that card is in like against blue white red usually, he's not that reliant on Snapcaster Mage, so it's not quite as effective. He's not playing Think Twice, and we're generally going to be like he's generally going to be the aggressor in the matchup. So the ability to like shock him is not nearly as important as it otherwise would be. And Garruk Relentless is much worse when he's playing Geist and Boros Reckoner that can easily kill it. And Slime, I already discussed why I'm not bringing that in. So definitely like a little bit of a different sideboard plan than usual, but that's what I'm going with. So
okay, so here's my sideboarding. I'm cutting these cards, bringing these in. I'm cutting out the cards that let him replay his creatures with Into the Battlefield triggers. That's not too hot, and lifelink isn't all that important. You're not trying to kill me quickly. I'm trying to kill you quickly, so I don't really need lifelink that much. I'm taking out the Searing Spears and bringing in Pillars. This is to exile, not only exile his creatures, but also kill Voice of Resurgence, which every green-white deck is probably going to have some on the sideboard. It lets them block multiple times and just gets all bad for us. So I'm changing those out. I'm cutting 2 Boros Charms. Now, this deck is fairly reliant on having Geist of St. Traft in play, despite me not having that happen yet. But I have other ways to bring it through, like the clones can copy his Angel Serenities or Fiend Hunters.
Yes, they can.
They can, so I can push Geist for that way. I still have Ralzeric, Burn in Turn can kill things, Aurelius Fury, Restoration Angel. And I don't think I'm trying to erase him just as much. I would rather have clones and things. I'm bringing in 3 counter spells. He does have 2 Cavern of Souls, but his creatures vary in shapes and sizes. So hopefully I can get a big 5-drop plus with this guy, with these counter spells. And the clones are just awesome in the fact that they give you a lot of play. You can copy your Thundermaw, your Angel, your Snapcaster, your Geist of St. Traft.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yep.
So they give you a lot of play. I'm not entirely sure this is correct. Ralzeric, I just can't cut him, despite he may not be always what I want, but he can kill guys and do everything and isn't Planeswalker.
Yeah, I mean, it would really suck if he like ultimated and gave you like 2 extra turns or something like that.
Yeah, give you 10 mana worth of value for a scant 4. So this is what I'm doing. We'll see if we can clone some guys, counterspell some guys, kill some guys, and then kill him.
All right. See if he can not do those things that he just said he wanted to do. So.
Well, I'm going to.
All right. Pretty important thing is about to happen. I'm about to be on the play for the first time. How do you feel about that? How's that grab you?
It's a rough strategy, but I have 4 Pillars of Flame that hopefully I draw on turn 1 to kill an Arbor Elf. We'll see. I mean, I get the card advantage. I get an extra card.
It's true.
So I can 1-for-1 removal you with your Unburial Rites.
Yeah, you're saying things that I'm fine. I'm fine with these things.
My spells exile, sir.
Do they?
Most of the time.
How does that Aurelius Fury or Ralzeric?
Aurelius Fury taps things. So does Ralzeric. They're a mere tapper. They don't wish to kill things. Either tap or exile.
Like, I think you need like the I tap that sleeves. Just
those are white though.
Represent. You're playing white.
Just because I have to. Not that I want to.
Fair enough.
White's a supporting color. Blue and red is where it's at. You wouldn't know anything about that. You're junk.
Would not know anything about that. All right. All right. I will be on the play.
Yeah, I will be on the draw.
And
see how this goes.
So far, looking all right.
Well,
I'm assuming you're not keeping based on laughter from Choi.
A hand of these cards and a hand of these. And these don't make this color. So I actually cannot cast a single card in my hand. So I'm going to have to ship this back.
All right.
It was a good mulligan.
Nice. My hand is solid.
Like
semi-solid, yeah.
Like Jello?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. It's like solid, but sort of a liquid.
It's like the plasma of opening hands. I just don't even know what's going on. So
you should just stop before you hurt yourself.
All right. Scientist BBD right here. So don't even know I actually literally have no idea what I'm talking about.
Actual literal none.
Yep. Probably saying the dumbest things.
Let's draw. There's 3 I'm probably keeping, and here's 3. And these hands are awkward because it sets you a whole turn behind, but I've got stuff to keep the cards flowing, so I'll keep.
All right. Keep this flowing.
I don't want that to flow. All right.
Don't pillar me, bro.
Glacier Fortress tapped, go.
Not pillared. So happy. Actually, yeah, mulch. Mulch to do about nothing.
4 creatures, or 4 spells.
All right. Yep, that was pretty sweet mulch. Really excited about the lands that
you went to Walmart for never go to Walmart for
I'll take 2 and jam that guy. So met 18.
Is fire and ice legal in this format? All right. Well, we can cast this now and see if we hit Yold Pillarino. So Thoughtscar and myself.
Not me?
No.
Okay.
Geist.
All right. Land. 1 down, 3 to go.
Yep. So we will play this tapped and say your go.
All right.
Wish I could draw that, guys.
Draw. Awesome. We will Unburial Rites. Our Sin Collector, actually. I'm going to collect them up.
You collect them up? All right. Here we go. You get 1 choice.
All right. We'll take that Dissipate. So he has 2 snaps, or 2 restos, 2 lands, and a snap. Your go.
Well, all things considered, I'm going to play this guy the same draft.
Had it. Yeah.
Had it all the time.
Wonder, yes, kind of fun times for us.
He was there. And he was there in spirit.
All right, I'm going to Grizzly Salvage and see what the doctor has for us today. Oh, I get 5 cards out of that.
Ooh. Don't take that 5th one.
Slow rolled.
Don't do that.
You know, I actually agree with you. I'm not going to take the 5th one. I'm going to take this Restoration Angel.
All right.
And
did you have to hit that 5th card?
I did, actually. So this is interesting. We know he has a Restoration Angel and another Restoration Angel.
It's the same one, actually.
Really? I kind of actually might want to just... I'm thinking about like whether to attack with Sin Collector or not. Just like to kind of start to race him, I guess you could say. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think I don't want to. I'm just going to have to... I just want to force him to have to play his Resto next turn. So I'm going to shock myself again, go to 16, and
You're going to bring back a Voice of Resurgence, right?
yeah, I'm going to unbury rights the Sabbath's Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By that I mean this sweet Obsidat. We'll drain you.
Back
so
up to 18 all, right?
18 all, and we'll go to end step. And
Trigger results.
he is gone. Go.
All right, so Obsidat is indeed a problem for this deck. I have Turn and Burns for him, and Clone, which seems a risky proposition, as he's probably not going to be around for me to clone.
He may or may not be still.
He's
there.
attacking for a lot of damage. So I can... if I attack, I pretty much have to cast this card. And if... Well, we're probably going to do that. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything by blocking, and this for Thought Scour to hit a turn and burn is also a proposition. But in all honesty, I can actually leave these two creatures back and block the Obsidat if he lets me, and kill that and lose my Geist. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to play the second red source and attack and put an Angel to block. In a surprising act, I will cast Restoration Angel.
All right, I got a 14.
Target Grand Saint Draft. So you're 14, I play my land, and I'm done.
All right. So come on, something good.
Don't forget your trigger, Brian Braun-Duin.
Oh, yeah, I forget the trigger.
During your upkeep, after you've drawn your card.
Well, see, I'm going to cast like a Supreme Verdict, so I have to...
Oh, forget it, right?
I have to forget my triggers, then I can Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Run the old cheats.
Yeah.
Cheats McGee over here. Yeah. So we have to think about what we want to do. You have how many cards in your hand?
3 cards.
3 cards. I know 2 of them. And there's one other one that I don't know.
It's Rosaric.
Probably is.
Right there.
We're going to actually go ahead and bring the team.
Team is being brought. Okay.
Except for these guys.
So racing Obsidat seems a dangerous proposition at best. So he can Restoration Angel it, but that doesn't affect me double blocking it. Nothing. He doesn't have any instant speed removal in his deck, I don't think. So I think I'm almost forced to double block Obsidat.
Okay.
It turns on as a burial rights, but
I'm
well,
going to go ahead and Restoration
Yep.
Angel my Obsidat.
okay, so I'm
And,
losing 4 total.
Yeah, the reason to attack with Sin Collector there as well is if he does double block like he did, we get in a free 2 points of damage, and if instead he chooses to block our Sin Collector, he just takes a
take
big
more.
Yeah, we get to rest of the Sin Collector, and he just takes a big chunk from Obsidat. So first we'll drain you. I go to 18, you go to 14, then you take 2 and go to 12.
Yep.
I will cast in Arbor Elf, and I will exile this Obsidat.
All right. Miracle. Well, only one thing to do. Thought Scour me.
Not me?
Fetching a dragon and a land.
All right. Happy to see that dragon not in hand, as they say.
I still think my only choice is to keep on attacking with the Geist. He knows I have this angel, so that's not hiding any information. And I can attack with this angel, but he would just block it with this, and we would lose nothing. Otherwise, he can double block with that and block with that, and it doesn't really matter all that much. Plus, this being on D isn't the worst thing in the world. So I'm going to attack with Geist and put an angel into play.
Block your Geists.
I'm going to cast Restoration Angel, targeting my Geist Saint Draft.
Sure. All right. I take 4, go to 14.
Yep. And I play my land, and now I'm done.
In my upkeep, I would like to return my Obsidat to play.
Hey, he can learn.
Yeah.
He can be taught.
And I would like to draw my card for the turn. Oh, that's a spicy one. So we are currently winning the race, as they say.
That's what they say.
And I like our odds if we go ahead and flashback, using Arbor Elf to give us double black. I'm going to flashback Sever the Bloodline. It does hit our own angel, which kind of sucks. But
I think you're okay.
yeah, now he can't profitably block our Obsidat, so we get to just send on in the team here. And
I would go to 7, go to 3, then 1 in the upkeep. Sure, let's do that.
All right, so you go to 3.
I'm not winning by blocking.
And I will exile the Obsidat. Go ahead. So as long as we don't die this turn, I like our odds. It seems unlikely he kills us this turn, but
It does,
it is
right?
possible, I guess. Maybe.
You're 16, correct?
Correct.
That's a little high for old Geist.
Yeah.
I can't play this tapped. I will die during your upkeep. So I can leave these 2 creatures back to block, and then that's really the only feasible thing that I see that can happen. Well, I can attack and play this for no value. So that's changing. That's 6 damage for a Thought Scour. He's a 10. Well, he's got more than that. He's got more than that. So I don't think I actually cannot attack at all. So I'll play this land, and then play a Boris Reckoner.
Deal.
And I'm done.
All right.
Go to 1.
Go to 18, you go to 1.
Well, I have 2 creatures, and you have 5 threats.
I think I'm just going to do this.
I'm going to cast Snapcaster Mage and block 3 creatures.
I will not go to damage. I'm going to Restoration Angel my Obsidian.
I will concede before the trigger resolves.
That's just uncalled for. So.
You wanted to concede to me when I was time stretching.
I let you do it though. That's what matters.
Yeah, so that game I had the Dissipate for an Obsidian or whatever large 4 or 5 mana spell, but he had the Sin Collector to strip it out of my hand, which is set up the Obsidian.
It did,
unless I have Turn and Burn or Rayleigh's Fury for 6, for 5, or Clone on your turn, it's so hard to deal with that card.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the optimal play there is like clone my Arbor Elf, and then resto your clone. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Surprising that I would keep that.
All right, well, he was on the play, and it was bad for us on the Mold to 6, so let's see how we do now.
All right, back for game 4. Hopefully we can continue our efforts at expanding our collection agency against the likes of Mr. David McDarby.
Yeah, let's see here. Well, those last 2 cards made everything possible. I don't have the third one for the third line for this guy, but I have early action, so I will keep this hand.
Yeah, I'll keep this hand as well. Like, I'm not shipping this hand, but it's not like super exciting.
It can be. It is rough indeed, but I have the early action and I have the Spirit Cleric, whoever that may be.
Arbor Elf. Go ahead.
So we have 2 options here. We can kill that, or leave this open. And this leaves us open for 1. Or I can kill that with this and save this for Voice of Resurgence or a Sin Collector that he might want to exile. I'm actually not entirely sure what's the correct play.
It's probably to pillar targeting me just to get in a couple of early points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is a legal action that I can currently do.
Definitely legal, fully supported.
So his 3 drops are pretty much Sin Collector only, unless he plays an elf into a 2-drop. So this is dubious at best, so I think I will do one of these. I have redundancy with these cards, and I actually only need 1. This kills his Pillar of Flame or anything else, because they're the same amount of damage. So I will actually cast his Burn spell and target this.
Ew. Okay.
Okay.
Guess that's your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Draw. All right. Some options here. We can play this, we can play this, or we can play these. I think of these options, I like this the best because it lets us set up the following turn. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to play Arbor Elf and go. And if he has another removal spell, then so be it.
The only thing this deck wants to do is play a Geist Trapped in turn 3. So I will take 2 and do just that.
All right. Puts me down to 18.
Puts me down to
20 life.
Puts you down to 20.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Math, talking, those things are all very difficult to do. Okay. We will lead it off with a mulch. See what things we can hit off our mulch. A Sun Petal Grove.
That's about a Home Depot mulch, I think.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not Walmart, but not Lowe's.
No, definitely not Lowe's.
At least it wasn't a Kmart mulch. You definitely don't want that.
Kmart mulch is like 2 Grizzlies and a second mulch.
Two more mulches.
Yeah, 2 more mulches, yeah. Like, the reason I like the Lowe's mulch so much is because it's like the nut Lowe's.
It is the nut Lowe's. You can't spell mulch without, actually you can.
We will resurge ourselves.
Yep.
Go.
I hear what you're trying to get at.
Please don't Pillar of Flame my Voice of Resurgence.
I have this Pillar of Flame that I think I'm going to use to
Alright.
pillar your Voice of Resurgence.
Dang it.
So that gets out of the way. So I now have two options. One of these. I think I'm okay with keeping that alive and just having this open. I can use this later on along with this. And I'm on the Ride Geist to Victory plan, which happens in many formats in many different ways. So I will attack for 6, bringing an angel token in drawn by the illustrious Kristen Plesko.
And I will take 6, bringing in my life total to change. Yep, I got 14.
And now I will play this and take 2 life.
All right,
2
so
points
you're
of damage.
16.
16. And I end my turn.
So he probably has like a Dissipate if I had to take a wild guess. Based
I don't have
on
wild guess.
Okay. He does not have a wild guess, but he probably has a Dissipate. Otherwise, he would not have shocked himself there. Because of that, I want to actually just lead with Mulch here and see what we get out of it. We got some lands.
Concentrated pretty hard on that Mulch.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to be missing land drops in the near future, but we may not be doing anything else that's that exciting. I'm going to play an Absence Pilgrim then. And say it's your turn.
All right, so I can do any of these things, but on my turn, if he double blocks, I think I'm okay with killing 2 mana dorks. He does have lands, but at least he won't be able to cast Angel Serenity above schedule if that's even in his deck, which I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably still.
So I think I'm okay with not doing anything.
Okay.
All right. Going to play my 5th land to keep full options open and attack with my 2/2 and my 4/4.
Double block.
Okay, so he did double block. So now I have 2 options. I can do this for full value or do this for half value and keep this open. Next turn, more than likely, a Thragtusk is going to happen in my future. He didn't cast Thragtusk last turn. He cast Mulch. So I think if he had Thragtusk, he would have brought it. Well, he was thinking I had a counterspell. So that may have been why he didn't. So I think I want to leave this open. Now I can do this for full value and get in 2 more damage, casting by fusing it. But I don't think I want to do that. I want to leave this open for his next turn play. And he's at 12 currently, right?
I'm at
14. So he'll be at 10. So I think I just want to do this and keep this open. Or this, if I want to use it this turn. Yep. So I will burn Ann Arbor Elf.
Sure. They're dead.
You will take 4, go to 10.
I'm at 10, yep.
And I'm done.
Okay. Boom. Alright, well, we have no options but to try to Unburial Rites or Thragtusk.
Okay. And I will cast this Syncopate.
Okay.
X equals, are there any spare guys in this format? No.
Alright.
S equals 1.
Go.
I go. And he is at 10.
Yep.
And I have 6 points of damage and a Boar Charm in my hand.
I'm dead.
So that game, I used the turn and burns way less, like, different ways than you'd think. Like, early on, I had 2 turn and burns, and I had Pillar Flame. So it's kind of weird. Like, fuse cards are awesome that you have 3 different spells in one spell. So they give you the option to figure out which kind of scalpel you want to use to dissect the bomb. Because that's the perfect
I like to use, like...
analogy I like to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the very end, yeah, turn and burn is awesome. Let's just go with that.
All right, we'll go with that.
Well, you know what else is awesome? Turn 3, Geist. And spells to keep him alive.
Yeah. You know what's not awesome?
Kmart?
Actually, no, Kmart's pretty sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blue Eye Special.
What's not awesome is not doing anything and dying. So yeah.
You cast Voice of Resurgence.
I did.
You're powerful mythic. This really is the battle of Raul Zarek versus Voice of Resurgence, I'd like to think.
I'd like to think it's the battle of Thragtusk and those who would oppose him.
And War Leader's Helix.
I think it's the battle of Minotaurs and Clerics
versus
monks
and advisors.
Yep.
It's really a tale as old as time,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
It's like the classic battle, like Since Magic's dawn. Yeah.
Since Alpha. That's really what Magic has boiled down to.
Yeah. Taurom against, Iowa Mori of the Open Fist. Like, there's just so many stories of monks and minotaurs just really going to battle against each other.
Mothdeath Changeling versus Chameleon Colossus.
Yep.
Like, I'm not sure who wins there.
Firebelly Changeling versus Firebelly
versus
Changeling.
Yeah, versus Misform Ultimus.
Yep. Misform the original, the ultimate, as they say.
So we're 2-2. We have one more game.
Yep. Deciding game. I get to be on the play.
He does, which is rough, but
makes Geist is certainly less scary when I'm on the play.
Yeah. That is the thing. Geist is so incredibly good on turn three on the play in any format he's in.
Yeah.
Like it's so the blue-white card is aggressive. Like it's I don't know. Hexproof's heck of a mechanic.
To be fair, I played Geist of St. Traft in my Stoneblade deck with Deathrite Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
Cast him turn 2 3 times on the play and easily lost all 3 of those games. Easily lost.
What are you doing?
Can
you even play Magic?
Not attacking through Elvish Visionaries. That's what I'm definitely not doing. So. Yeah.
Forest Llanowar, the most threatening play in Magic.
Yeah, Geist of St. Traft actually just really doesn't like to see that on the other side.
I mean, Forest Llanowar Elf, Forest Manamorphose Blue-White, Geist of St. Traft. That's that's the actual.
That's the Stone Cold, as they say.
Stoneblade.
All right, I'm up. Hopefully we'll have a sweet one here. So far, so good. Yes, we will keep this.
I have lands, removal, and a certain creature on turn 3, so I will keep.
Go.
And go. I played this over this to keep Thought Scour Dream alive.
We will say go ahead.
All right, so he doesn't have a Mana Dork or a Voice, so he most likely has Grizzly Salvages and bigger drops, which is kind of awkward for us.
David is definitely not a new player at playing against Junk Reanimator.
I'll play and pass.
Grizzled vet, as they say.
What?
I'll Grizzly Salvage, see if we hit something sweet.
I think that might be.
Obsidian on Burial Rites. What do you think about that?
Why couldn't Lowe's have just been closed?
We are going to take this sweet land that would, maybe help us cast something that could happen in our future. Who knows what it may be, but draw. Take 2, play Sun Collector.
All right, you get a Pillar of Flame. I had the Pillar of Flames to kill your early drops, of which you use none, which is actually really awkward for me.
So his hand actually is still pretty good, though. He has Thundermaw, Geist, Boros Reckoner, another Pillar. But, yeah.
All right.
Still, I think we're in good shape. Your go.
My go. All right. Well, so we can cast either one. He's not going to be attacking through this guy, but I need to get some pressure down, and this actually is able to trade with Obsidat once until he comes back, which would be bad for me. So I'm going to play this Geist.
Okay.
And I'm done.
All right. Draw. So... Question is whether or not we attack here. Part of me thinks that we do, just because if we hold back Sin Collector, he's probably just going to pillar it, and then play his Boros Reckoner and attack us with his Geist. So I don't think we're actually getting value out of Sin Collector just sitting here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and yeah, we will. We'll attack.
I will opt to not block.
All right, you go to 18.
Yep.
I'm gonna Burial Rites Obsidat.
That seems like a play.
And gain 2, go to 20, and you go to 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually think it's an interesting choice here of whether or not we want to blink him out. It actually might be right to not blink him out, which. Based on what we know he has in his hand, he's unable to deal with our Obsidat, just sitting in play. And yeah, I think we want, since we're racing here, draining 2, I think it's better to just prevent him from being able to attack with his Geist of St. Traff. So I'm going to say go.
Yeah, so it's important to note here, since he's Sin collecting me, that I keep track of the cards that I know he knows and the cards I know he doesn't know. A lot of times you want to write that down. It's not very hard in this situation, but so that I can understand what his strategy is and how he is going to try to stop me from killing him. Well, it wasn't exactly terrible. That's a little awkward. So I can... How many cards do you have, Brian?
5.
5. So
cards.
He might have another Unburial Rites. If he does, that's bad news for me. This is rough. So I can do one of 3 things. I can do this. Well, next turn I might be able to do this all the way. And then that would be good. So I can think... Oh, this is actually a very large decision in this game. So I think... It all hinges down. I can use this to deal with that guy, but if he has Unburial Rites, I'm back to being sad because I've spent this card. I think I just want to kill everything he has because this will eventually bring pressure on me. So I'm going to attack with Geist and bring in an Angel.
All right. That suggests he has like a Boros Charm to protect it, but most likely he ended up drawing. Like we know most of the cards in his hand. If he's attacking here, he probably drew like a Turn and Burn, and it's possible that we just, I don't know, don't want to block here. But by blocking, we actually do also prevent him from casting Boros Reckoner. So even if he does have a Turn and Burn, we at least like soak up his turn and burn. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna block. We'll see what happens.
I'm going to turn him.
Yeah, he has been turned.
It's the best strategy that I think I had, unless you have Unburial Rites, which you've used one. I don't know if you had one or not. It's hard to tell really. So you take 4, go to 18.
Actually, go to 16.
16.
I shocked myself to
twice.
Plus.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, just once. Or when I played the Sin Collector. But
well, then you've gained. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I can take 2 and kill that, which is essentially taking 2 from here on out. Well, this isn't going to get a whole lot better than what it is right now. So, and it lets his Angel, if he like has a Restoration Angel, it nabs us anyway. So I'm going to take 2 and then pill your Sin Collector.
Okay, that works. So you're at 14.
Yep. I am done.
All right. Draw. All right. I will Unbury Rites my
All
that.
He had that. That's
and drain you for 2. So I go to 18. You go to 12. Now the age-old question of whether to blink it out again. And I think, again, I'm not going to blink it out because we're basically in the same spot as before. We know 2 of the 3 cards in his hand. And, you know, it's unlikely that he has another way to deal with our opposite that. So I'm just going to say go. And even if he does, we force him to use it, and we still have the rights.
Miracle. It wasn't really that much of a miracle.
If he just does something like play the Thunder Maw we know he has, I want to be able to like get his Geist off the table or prevent it from attacking.
So I can attack with that and play this, or I can attack with him and play this, or I can not attack at all and play this. Flame I think the better, because this is also good against D against him. At least it's okay against D. So I'm going to cast this, which means I really don't need to attack because I might be able to deal with him at a later date. So I'm going to cast Reckoner and pass the turn.
Okay. Draw a card.
Geist on D. Well, not exactly where you want him to be, but.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start by playing a Cavern of Souls and naming...
Lamasu? Sand? Reflection. Weird.
Monkey, no.
That's not a creature type.
It isn't. Ape. I'll name Teenage. That's my mutant. That's my Mutant Ninja Turtle creature type. I'm going to name Angel with this. And I will go ahead and attack with Obsidian Ghost Council.
So I can take it and go to 7, which is just way too low to be profitable. I can either double block it and give him first strike and in theory save my Boris Reckoner, or double block.
Well, if you double block and give a first strike, it actually doesn't save your Reckoner.
Yeah.
Because he,
Yeah. So I think the play is just single block, and then either I can shoot it back at him, and kill him for he has to use his mana, or direct it to him. He's gaining 2 life a turn. So I think I'm going to single block Boris Reckoner.
Okay. Deal.
And does the first strike matter? Not really. All right. Actually, I'll go. So if he has Restoration Angel, does it actually matter if he has first strike or not? So you attack, first strike, block, deal 3, then he'll do damage. Yeah, I'll give him first strike.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
So 3 has
Fair.
been dealt to
Sure.
Obsidian. Now Reckoner.
Yep.
Okay. And
I'll
he'll
damage.
Yeah.
Okay. The trigger, I'll redirect it to Obsidian.
Okay. I will.
He does have the angel.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and Restoration Angel it in response to that trigger. And using our Cavern here. So he'll come back, he'll drain you 2 again. So I go to 20, you go to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're in a position where we can decide. We're basically have to decide whether or not we're blinking our Obsidian out. And right now you're at 10. If we blink him out, you'll go to 8, and we'll be able to attack for 8, which makes me think that blinking it out is probably the right choice. The downside of blinking it out is if he plays Thundermaw, he taps like this, but I think he just dies if he does that. So, like, he'll be able to tap this and we can't block, but I think he dies if he does that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and blink it out.
All right. My go. I better not draw a clone this turn, because I want to draw 1 every game. It hasn't mattered. Okay. So I can attack and do this on my turn.
And then
On my turn.
burn for 2 when Obsidian comes back.
I think I'm gonna have to deal with the risky proposition. This is such a rough position.
Obsidian just.
I know.
As good as advertised. So.
That's the only card I've wanted to play in this format, except it's hard to play blue and red.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's what the 4 Cabinet Souls are for.
Yeah, for advisor.
Yeah, you just all 4 of them name advisor.
Okay. Alternately, I can just play this tapped, pass. Well, play this tapped. Okay. So I'm not doing any of these, I don't think. I actually can't do these. I can do this and attack, but then I'm chumping, and that's not going to lead to a victory. So I can do this on turn when he blocks. And then I'd have a Snapcaster. He would go to 16. I'd then 18, and I'm at 8. Oh, man.
Sounds like you're in a rough spot over there.
It was. Back in the day, I had Urgent Exorcism in my board for that exact creature.
Thankfully, we have Unburial Rights for that exact situation.
Well, it exiles it.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't know anything about anything.
You need, like, Sun Petal Grove, like, Celestial Charm.
Yep. I think 8, 6, 3, and then 1. God. Or I can attack turn. He has no board, but he attacks for 2. I chump. I think that might be the play. 8, 6, 1. I need to gain life somehow.
You need to cast that.
I actually have no way to gain life in this deck now. So if I do this untapped, cast this on turn on his angel when he blocks, if he blocks, then I go to 8, 6 from trigger, chump, untap. 4. I think, well, that's okay, I guess.
All right.
So take 2, go to 8.
Okay.
And then attack with my angel.
I will block with my Restoration Angel.
Okay, cast Snapcaster Mage.
Okay.
And then turn it.
All right. This has been turned. And I'll take 4, go to 16.
Yep. And I am done.
All right. I'm going to make like a bear and get Grizzly. Grizzly up in this.
See if we can salvage together a victory, which...
Ooh. Well, it looks like we got some options here. I think we're going to go with this Restoration Angel. That seems pretty cool. he has 2 cards in hand. One's a Thundermaw, so Sin Collector doesn't seem that useful, so I will take a Resto. All right. And Obsidat comes back.
I remembered this time.
18-6. I definitely did remember. Ooh.
So despite all my efforts, he's still back at 20 just because of Obsidat.
Yeah.
Well, I'll block if I'll die if I don't block.
So yeah,
I will block.
Go ahead and block it. Block it up.
Just drain me for 4.
Hmm.
2 and then 2.
Yeah. We're gonna play this tapped, and I'm actually going to use, instead of the 1 in my hand, I'm gonna actually use the Unburial
The Sorcery
Rites.
Speed Angel.
Yeah. So we have to use this. Yeah, we'll use the Sorcery Speed.
Keep up Victim of a Night and Surrender of Geist. Geist on Geist.
And Resto or Obsidat drain you. You get a 4.
And you're back to where you began.
Back to 20, and end step exile it.
All right,
Go
let's
ahead.
see what magical card I can draw that does something. I'm at 4. This blocks his Obsidat. That's something.
Definitely is something.
But I have to block the Angel. I'm at 4, so I'll be going to 2, so I have to double block. So this will block the Angel, and that blocks Obsidat. And I'm trying to figure out how to win. I go to 2. Obsidat comes in. Well, that's not actually going to get there. Let's see if I can draw a card that wins the game. Thought Scour myself.
Sure.
Thought Scour and Hallowed Fountain. Yup. The Viscous Vitae has been drained. Insert it, and I will attack with my Geist.
Block.
All right, he is dead.
Take 4, go to 16.
Play this on D, and then I'm dead to Obsidat.
Mhm.
I cannot attack, and then chump block, but then I'm dead next turn.
You should not attack.
I should not attack. I know
Yeah.
I actually don't think there are any ways I can
All right.
survive with Obsidat, since now you're blinking him on your turn.
Right. Well,
So my clones or anything.
Well, I'm not going to blink him on my turn. All right, well, I'm just going to take my turn.
Sure,
anyway.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right. Come in and drain you for 2. Draw. I'll
Very
shock
right.
myself and then play
Another one.
There we go. Yeah. All
Then
right.
they die, nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Well,
All right. I guess we will be back with a conclusion shortly.
yeah.
Hey guys, we are here for the conclusion of our exciting match. I actually think it actually was pretty exciting.
It was pretty interactive, yeah. It was a close 2-3.
Yes.
We're not going to say who got 3 and who got 2.
I will actually say I got
We-
3. He only got 2.
We just said we weren't. But so the decks, how was your very innovative new brew that you brought to standard?
Yeah, just spent a lot of time working on it. Just really, just something people aren't expecting.
It's a new strategy that's really just taking the magic.
And I think it'll really pan out for me. But
Yeah.
no, actually, like Junk Reanimator is something everyone knows, but it's just awesome right now. Like Sin Collector just gives the deck so much. It's hard to quantify exactly how much it gives it. Like the deck was severely lacking a solid card that cost 3 mana before. Like you have like Centaur Healer, which was garbage. You have Fiend Hunter, which is like very hit or miss. Lingering Souls, which is mostly just miss. Sometimes it's hit, but mostly miss. And now you have Sin Collector, which
it gives you a different axis to work on.
yeah,
which
it
is sweet.
like you have all these cards that kill creatures, and you just have no way to shut down your opponent from just like Boros Charming you out of the game, or
I tried.
whatever they want to do.
Draw cards, Wrath of God, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, and like your Junk Reanimator, but you're just like a bunch of junk, like 3-color good stuff, and then that good stuff happens to be on Burial Rites. So it's hard to shut down your strategy. You just play dudes and angels and kill them.
Right. With Sin Collector, the deck now has 4 Restoration Angels because there's so much more
into the battlefield triggers that
right.
you're going to be using.
So it makes Restoration Angel so much better, and that also gives the deck so much more of a different angle too, to where like you have to decide, like, do I kill his guy? If I don't kill his guy, he's just going to resto it. If I do, he's just going to Burial Rites. It's like a no-win for a lot of decks.
Yeah, and like I don't even bring in Graveyard Hate for you because if I'm Graveyard Hating, I'm not doing something else proactive, and then I get bogged down and trying to like tangle with you when I just want to kill you before you have good stuff
like
happening.
there's a saying, it's like hate the player, not the graveyard. So
I hate you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. My deck was sweet. I mean, sweet. It was your generic blue-white red aggro deck. As always, as now and forever, guys, Saint Trapped on turn 3 is amazing. That's what you want to do every single game.
Yeah.
If you don't, you can play Boris Reckoner, which is okay. He's fine. You can combo with them. I didn't get to do that. Thundermaw is really good. It didn't show all that great right then in our games that we played, but Thundermaw is very good.
I think a part of the reason I think Thundermaw wasn't quite as good in our games is because I was like prepared for it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I didn't know you were playing Thundermaw, I would have gone for Angel Serenity. Like in game 1, I would have gone for Angel Serenity like much earlier.
Yeah.
But since I knew you had Thundermaw and I knew that I was going to be able to beat your current board with what I had, there was no need for me to get back the Angel and like risk losing to the Thundermaw. But if I thought you just didn't have Thundermaw on your deck and I went for it and then you play Thundermaw, I could still lose. So.
Yeah, I mean, like if I play Geist on 3 and then just pass, do whatever, Restoration Angel, Thundermaw, that's a lot of damage coming out of nowhere that people don't expect.
That's like your opponent's at 4 life now.
Like I'm essentially a burn-ish deck that can operate, that can play some controlling aspects, like some syncopates or.
So would you say you're a burn deck that can turn into the control deck? Yeah.
No. What do you mean? I don't understand.
All right.
But yeah, the deck's really fun. Rolls Eric. Works well with Geist. He can tap a guy, or he can just take extra turns.
Yeah.
You know.
Rolzeric works well with like getting up to 7 and then using his ultimate.
Rolzeric works well with turns.
There's a great synergy. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're taking turns in Magic, Rolzeric just makes you take more.
Exactly.
So Dragon's Maze, while it didn't like spawn any new archetypes really with these decks, it just added some cards that they needed. Like you need a Sin Collector, and like I could really use Burn and Turn.
Yeah.
It lets me do all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah, that card is unbelievably good against this deck. It's like
it's everything.
It really does. Like you can put me in a situation where I have like a Thragtusk and a Restoration Angel, and you have
attack.
You have like a Geist and like a Boros Reckoner, and you can attack with both freely.
Turn
and there's
Thragtusk,
nothing I
burn
can
it.
do.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of fun if nothing else, and you get to play with dragons and wizards and minotaurs and spirits.
I get to play with advisors and monks, and my advisors got to do some dirty work. Like
they did. Oh, they did.
I really got to showcase just how awesome like Obsidat is. But anyway, very close games.
We had interactive Magic.
We did.
It was fun.
You basically won 3 games because you got to Ultimate Rouseric, which just counts as a win. It's just a win in life. So, but anyway, thanks for playing, and thank you all for watching.
Yep, and catch you guys next time. Hopefully, thanks.